So when you think about who your community is and who your stakeholders are, can you first define for us what that means to you and what that's meant to you in your work?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually recently did a blog post on this web of interdependencies when
Yeah.
you start thinking about it. So often, there's this idea that education is what happens between a teacher and a student, which is a very like simplified perspective, because there's a web of relationships that surround what happens in a classroom between a teacher and a student. So that student has relationships with peers, the student has a relationship with their family, the student has a relationship with individuals outside of that environment, maybe their soccer team or their after school club peer group. So that there's lots of relationships that affect the student beyond what's in that classroom. And similar for the teacher is influenced by other teachers at the school. They're influenced by other staff members at the school. The student is influenced by those teachers and students. And then there's the principal, and the principal's influenced by district leaders, and those district leaders are influenced by the board, and everyone's influenced by policymakers at the state level and the feds. And oh, by the way, we're also influenced by local businesses and the Chamber of Commerce and higher education and early education and mental health providers and physical health providers and the libraries. And so if you just start mapping out who's connected to whom, you quickly realize it's not a simple diagram at all. It's a very, very complex web of relationships, which can seem overwhelming, but I think it's also an amazing opportunity to reframe how we can influence learning by recognizing all of these relationships that are already there.